watching 16, 17-year-old lads making their debut or playing for the club that you would literally die for. So it's incredible to see.
Irene, good night, Irene. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams.
Hello, my loves! Right then, I mean, this is a bit of a weirder one today. So I'm currently in Keynsham at my parents' house because we're staying over the night tonight, you know, back home, me, the missus, the little one, grandparents, gonna be lovely. But we only brought one car, so I'm actually in my mum's car right now.
I'm in my mum's car. Broom, broom.
I had to miss the lunch because obviously I had to travel down, so I'm on my way to pick up Hayner. So Hayner will be back as well. And it's match day. It's Bristol Rovers versus Huddersfield Town. The Gas versus the Terriers, or as I'm calling it, the Gas versus Anthony Evans, because he's obviously going to score the winner, and let's be honest. And as always, you're coming with me. Let's get it. So the team sheet is in. A few surprises at least. First thing to notice is that Promise Cherry gets his first start since coming back from injury. Really well deserved that as well. He's been very, very good, I think, in the brief spells he's played. LT returns to the bench too, but we are without Chris Martin and Grant Ward. I mean, the assumption would be that they're either carrying little knocks or their minutes are being managed. That does, however, mean that Ollie Dewsbury is on the bench. I mean, that is huge news. And what a moment for him as well. Thoroughly deserved. I'm unsure if he'll get minutes because we've seen Cowdy be tentative about giving Kofi Shaw minutes as well. Maybe that's his age. But if you're looking for young, hungry players who want to just run and be a nuisance, then look no further than those two boys on the bench. And once again, Reindorf, or Reindeer as we like to call him, isn't involved at all. So, yeah, he's probably quite frustrated right now. Listen, it's relatively defensive. You've got a three at the back with Hunt and Mola as wing backs as well. So, and it looks like Butcher and Hutchinson will be in the middle, and then Sotirio in the 10, Sinclair and Promise up top. But let's see. That's the team news. So I've just picked up Hayner. Say hello, my boy.
Come on, the boys.
Come on, the boys. We're going to do score predictions before we go and drive because we need to get out the car and then walk to the mem. So score predictions from me. I think I said 2-2, didn't I?
Yeah, 2-2.
So I said 2-2. I'm going for a draw. I don't know. We're decent at home, bar the moments in the Rotherham game, or just the Rotherham game altogether. I feel like we can get something out of this game. Goal scorers, I'll go Promise and I'll go Sotirio because I back him every time. And for today, I'll go Marshall and I'll go Evans. It's gonna happen. So 2-2 for me. Hayner.
Yeah, I'll stick with the 3-2 that I said the other night. Gonna be tough, but I'll go Promise, Hutchinson, Sotirio for us. It's bound Evans to score. And I'll also go for Dion Charles because he's got a good record against us.
Right then, you know what time it is. It's stats time. On screen now then is the table position. Huddersfield are in 6th, Rovers are in 20th. And as you can see, they're 22 points ahead of us. Just 22. Christ. I mean, it's going to be a big golfing class today, but listen, it is what it is. On screen now, Rovers' last 5 games. As you can see, we've got 1 win in our last 5. We're coming on the back of a 0-0 away at Shrewsbury. A bit frustrating. It was just a bit of a dead game, to be honest. Cowdy in his interview said that it was a good game of football. I mean, there's a Specsavers on Gloucester Road, mate, if you want to go down there. But we kept a clean sheet, so that's something. Huddersfield last 5, they've won 2 out of the last 5 games. And yeah, a bit inconsistent this season at times, and still in 6th, and a lot of firepower if they feel they need it. So it's going to be a tough game. I've just been told by Hayner that the last time we beat Huddersfield, we got relegated. I kind of don't want us to win again now today, so if we don't prompt that happening again, crikey. On average then, Rovers score 1.03 per game, but concede 1.56 per game. And the Terriers score 1.34 per game and concede 0.91 per game. 14 clean sheets. On to the danger men then. For me, for the Gas, number 9, Promise Cherry. I just love him. I know there's this argument of he was a winger and now he's a striker, but I feel like he's actually grown into that role. He understands the role a lot more now. Big, bullish. I just think he's great and valuable to the team. So he's my danger man, and there should be absolutely no surprises here. Who my danger man is for Huddersfield Town is Anthony Evans. If he scores, will he celebrate though? I don't know. I'm going no.
Yeah, for Rovers, I'll go Sotirio. Probably been our best player in the last month or so. scored in the last home game as well. And for Huddersfield, Callum Marshall scored against us in the previous game and is their top goal scorer with 8 goals.
That's enough talking from us then. Let's get to the mem. Ruel Satiriu, 1-0, come on, get it! Half-time here at the Mem. I mean, listen, there are moments in this game that are similar to Rotherham when we've gone 1-0 up. Ruel Satiriu, who is our brightest spark, he's looking unbelievable again. I love him when he's on form like this as well. He's great at home, great at home. The game is very open, we do look open. I'm not sure how it isn't 1-1 or they haven't scored from a corner, Huddersfield as well, because they've had opportunities. Listen, the main thing I want to speak about now, excuse the dry lips as well, is winter I struggle. Promise I'm a cherry. 5 minutes in, runs to try and close down the ball and ends up pulling his hammy again, and immediately you could see players running over to him. You could see the tears coming in his eyes as well, and I'll be honest, I had to look away because I was getting a little bit emotional myself seeing him sob into his shirt whilst coming off. I mean, he ain't going to play again this season, and I feel awful for him, man, because it was so sad to see. Promise, if you're watching this or whatever, if you see this, get well soon, mate, and oh mate, gutting, absolutely gutting. But listen, that's half time. I'll see you at full time. Bristol Rovers 1, Huddersfield Town 0. Get in there, the boys. I am absolutely buzzing about that. I mean, Satiriu's technique for that goal was just unbelievable scenes. I mean, I thought he was going to have 2 volleys in the match. It was unbelievable. First off, I just want to say I feel gutted for Promise. To pull your hammy 2 or 3 times in the same season, I mean, it's just gutting for him. Absolutely heartbroken. Like I said at half-time, it looked like he was in bits, heartbroken and crying, and it's really, really sad to see. Best wishes to him and hope he can recover quickly from that. Huddersfield were poor. I mean, other than the first 10 minutes, they didn't really do much. And that only was because we were a little bit calamitous in those first 10 minutes. I mean, after Promise's injury and then Jed kicking it against Connor and Swinkle's but listen, after that, we fixed up nicely. Got the early goal. And we saw last week that you can sometimes score too early. So I'm really glad that we learned from that. And then after that, it was just a switch of just some sort of passion and fighting merchants out there. They were winning every ball. They were going for every ball. Big tackles, geeing up the crowd. I want to give shout outs to Wilson, Taylor, Swinkles and Mola Huntley as well. Let's include him as well, because to keep Dion Charles, Joe Taylor, Freddie Ladapo and Callum Marshall quiet for the entirety of the 90 minutes. That is a huge task. They are fantastic players. I mean, the squad depth in that front line is a joke. I mean, that was beautiful to see. Mola was absolutely sensational. You could tell by the fact that he was clapped off at the Mem. Obviously, if you were at the Mem, Connor Taylor got man of the match. I did say to my old man that he would have been my pick for man of the match, but then Mola's just started to play out of his skin. So at the end of the 90 minutes, I couldn't decide. Ruel had a shout. It was absolutely brilliant to witness. I feel like now we need to carry that into the next couple of games. Connor Taylor as well, and all the players giving it the big un when that final whistle went. Some big challenges in there, some bodies being thrown in, winning every header. Kofi Shaw was great when he came on as well, put his body about, some big tackles, giving it the big and geeing up the crowd. Ollie Dewsbury as well, making your debut for your boyhood club. Watching 16, 17-year-old lads making their debut or playing for the club that you would literally die for. So it's incredible to see. I bet his parents are unbelievably proud of him. So congratulations to that young man for his debut as well. 1-0, Bristol Rovers is important today. Burton lost. We also had Exeter and Northampton who won. Peterborough won. Listen, we needed those 3 points, and that takes us 6 points clear into Bolton going on Tuesday, who are in great form. So that's going to be a really, really tough game. I am absolutely over the moon, mate. buzzing. I am full of confidence now that we can go on and comfortably stay up if we play like that. Soteriou makes it 4 goals in 6 home games. His work rate off the ball as well is infectious. So that's what the mem's like. 7,000 fans made that noise as well. Sensational. I'll see you in the next one. Like, follow, share, subscribe. And as always, at the gas.